Mic check, sound check, sound check.
Ladies and gentlemen, the inaugural meeting for Richmond City Council this day of November 7th has now been called to order. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce and call forward Honorable Madam Justice Mary Newberry to administer the oath of office for Mayor-elect Malcolm Brody.
Mr. Mayor, are you ready to take your oath of office?
I am indeed.
Repeat after me. I, Malcolm Brody, do swear that
I, Malcolm Brody, do swear that
I will perform the duties of the office of mayor
I will perform the duties of the office of mayor
faithfully and with integrity,
faithfully and with integrity,
and will not allow any private interest
and will not allow any private interest
to influence my conduct in public matters.
to influence my conduct in public matters.
I will abide by the statutes, bylaws, and policies
I will abide by the statutes, bylaws, and policies
that govern the city
that govern the city,
and will promote openness, accountability, and responsible leadership.
and will promote openness, accountability, and responsible leadership.
And I will dedicate myself
I will dedicate myself
at all times to acting in the best interests
to acting in the best interests
of the residents of the city of Richmond.
of the residents of the city of Richmond.
And your oath of allegiance. I, Malcolm Brody,
I, Malcolm Brody,
do promise and swear
promise and swear
that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance
that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance
to His Majesty King Charles III,
to His Majesty King Charles III,
his heirs and successors.
his heirs and successors.
Congratulations.
At this time, I call forward Councillor-elect Bill McNulty for the oath of office.
Now you can hear me? Yes. Are you ready to take your oath?
I am.
Repeat after me. I, Bill McNulty,
I, Bill McNulty,
do swear that I will perform the duties
do swear that I will perform the duties
of the office of councillor
of the office of councillor
faithfully and with integrity,
faithfully and with integrity,
and will not allow
and will not allow
any private interest to influence my conduct
private interests to influence my conduct
in public matters.
in public matters.
I will abide by the statutes,
I will abide by the statutes,
bylaws, and policies that govern the city,
bylaws, and policies that govern the city.
and will promote openness,
Promote openness,
accountability, and responsible leadership.
accountability, and responsible leadership.
And I will dedicate myself
And I will dedicate myself
at all times to acting in the best interests
at all times in the best interests
of the residents of the city of Richmond.
of the residents of the city of Richmond. Thank you.
And your oath of allegiance.
Yes.
I, Bill McNulty.
I, Bill McNulty,
Do promise and swear
do promise and swear
that I will be faithful
that I will be faithful
and bear true allegiance
and bear true allegiance
to His Majesty King Charles III,
to His Majesty King Charles III,
his heirs and successors.
heirs and successors. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
At this time, I call forward Councillor-elect Alexa Liu for the oath of office.
Are you ready to take your oaths?
I am.
Please repeat after me. I, Alexa Liu,
I, Alexa Liu,
do swear that
do swear that
I will perform the duties
I will perform the duties
of the office of councillor
of the office of councillor
faithfully and with integrity,
faithfully and with integrity,
and will not allow any private interest
and will not allow any private interest
to influence my conduct
to influence my conduct
in public matters.
in public matters.
I will abide by the statutes,
I will abide by the statutes,
bylaws, and policies
bylaws, and policies
that govern the city,
that govern the city,
and will promote openness,
and will promote openness,
accountability, and responsible leadership.
accountability, and responsible leadership.
And I will dedicate myself
And I will dedicate myself
at all times
at all times
to acting in the best interests
to acting in the best interests
of the residents of the city of Richmond.
of the residents of the city of Richmond.
And your oath of allegiance. I, Alexa Liu,
I, Alexa Liu,
do promise and swear
do promise and swear
that I will be faithful
that I will be faithful
and bear true allegiance
and bear true allegiance
to His Majesty King Charles III,
to His Majesty King Charles III,
his heirs and successors.
his heirs and successors.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Alexa. Just need to sign.
At this time, I'd like to call forward Councillor-elect Andy Hobbs for the oath of office.
Mr. Hobbs, are you ready to take your oath?
I am.
Please repeat after me. I, Andy Hobbs,
I, Andy Hobbs,
do swear that
do swear that
I will perform the duties of the office of councillor
will perform the duties of the office of councillor
faithfully and with integrity,
faithfully and with integrity,
and will not allow
any
private interest
private interest
to influence my conduct
to influence my conduct
in public matters.
in public matters.
I will abide by the statutes,
I will abide by the statutes,
bylaws, and policies
bylaws, and policies
that govern the city,
that govern the city
and will promote openness,
and will promote openness,
accountability, and responsible leadership.
accountability, and responsible leadership.
And I will dedicate myself
And I will dedicate myself
at
all times
to acting in the best interests
in acting in the best interests
of the residents of the city of Richmond.
of the residents of the city of Richmond.
And your oath of allegiance. I, Andy Hobbs,
I, Andy Hobbs,
do promise and swear
do promise and swear
that I will be faithful
that I will be faithful
and bear true allegiance
and bear true allegiance
to His Majesty King Charles III,
to His Majesty King Charles III,
his heirs and successors.
his heirs and successors. Thank you.
Now, you can please sign here or here.
At this time, I'd like to call forward Councillor-elect Cash Heed for the oath of office.
Are you ready to take your oath of office?
I am.
Please repeat after me. I, Cash Keith,
I, Cash Heed,
do swear that
do swear that
I will perform the duties
I will perform the duties
of the office of councillor
of the office of councillor
faithfully and with integrity,
faithfully and with integrity,
and will not allow
any private interest
to influence my conduct
to influence my conduct
in public matters.
in public matters.
I will abide by the statutes,
I will abide by the statutes,
by laws and policies
that
govern the city,
govern the city,
and will promote openness,
accountability,
and responsible leadership.
and responsible leadership.
And I will dedicate myself
And I will dedicate
at
myself
all times
at all times
to acting in the best interests
to acting in the best interests
of the residents
of the
of the
residents
city of Richmond.
of the city of Richmond.
Very much. Congratulations.
At this time, I'd like to call forward Councillor-elect Chuck Au for the oath of office.
take your oath of office?
Yes, I am.
Please repeat after me. I, Chuck Au,
I, Chuck Au,
swear that
swear that
I will perform the duties
I will perform the duties
of the office of counselor
of the office of councillors
faithfully and with integrity,
faithfully and with integrity,
and will not allow
and will not allow
any private interest
any private interests
to influence my conduct
to influence my conduct
in public matters.
in public matters,
I will abide by the statutes,
and I will abide by the statutes,
bylaws, and policies
bylaws, and policies
that govern the city,
that govern the city,
and will promote openness,
and will promote openness,
accountability, and responsible leadership.
accountability, and responsible leadership.
And I will dedicate myself
And I will dedicate myself
at all times
to
acting in the best interests
acting in the best interests
of the residents of the city of Richmond.
of the residents of the city of Richmond.
And the oath of allegiance. I, Chuck Au,
I, Chuck Au,
do promise and swear
do promise and swear,
that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance
and will be faithful and bear true allegiance
to His Majesty King Charles III,
to His Majesty King Charles III,
his heirs and successors.
his heirs and successors.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now, you'll sign here and here.
Sure.
Make sure you get it.
At this time, I'd like to call forward Councillor-elect Michael Wolf for the oath of office.
Mr. Wolf, are you ready to take your oath? Please repeat after me. I, Michael Wolf,
I, Michael Wolf,
do solemnly affirm
solemnly affirm
that I will perform the duties
that I will perform the duties
of the office of counselor
of the office of counselor
faithfully and with integrity,
faithfully and with integrity,
and will not allow
will not allow
any private interest
any private interests
to influence my conduct
to influence my conduct
in public matters.
in public matters.
I will abide by the statutes,
I will abide by the statutes,
bylaws, and policies
bylaws, and policies
that govern the city,
that govern the city,
and will promote openness,
and will promote openness,
accountability, and responsible leadership.
accountability, and responsible leadership.
And I will dedicate myself
I will dedicate myself
at all times
to
acting in the best interests
of
of the residents of the city of Richmond.
residents of the city of Richmond.
And the oath of allegiance. I, Michael Wolf,
I, Michael Wolf,
do promise and affirm
promise and affirm
that I will be faithful
that I will be faithful
and bear true allegiance
and bear true allegiance
to His Majesty King Charles III,
to His Majesty King Charles III,
his heirs and successors.
his heirs and successors.
Please sign. Congratulations and good luck.
At this time, I'd like to call forward Councillor-elect Carol Day for the oath of office.
certainly am. Please repeat after me. I, Carol Day,
I, Carol Day,
do
solemnly affirm
that I will perform the duties
that I will perform the duties
of the office of counselor
of the office of counselor
faithfully and with integrity,
faithfully and with integrity,
and will not allow any private interest
and will not allow any private interests
to influence my conduct
to influence my conduct
in public matters.
in public matters.
I will abide by the statutes,
I will abide by the statutes,
bylaws, and policies
that
govern the city
that govern the city
and will promote openness,
and will promote openness,
accountability, and responsible leadership.
accountability, and responsible leadership.
And I will dedicate myself
And I will dedicate myself
at all times
at all times
to acting in the best interests
to acting in the best interests
of the residents of the city of Richmond.
of the residents of the people of Richmond.
And the oath of allegiance, I, Carol Day,
I, Carol Day,
do promise and affirm
promise and affirm
that I will be faithful
that I will be faithful
and bear true allegiance
and bear true allegiance
to His Majesty King Charles III,
to His Majesty King Charles III,
his heirs and successors.
and his heirs and successors.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And at this time, I'd like to call forward Councillor-elect Laura Galanders for the oath of office.
I am.
Please repeat after me. I, Laura Galanders,
I, Laura Galanders,
do swear that
do swear that
I will perform the duties
I will perform the duties
of the office of counselor
of the office of counselor
faithfully and with integrity,
faithfully and with integrity,
and I will not allow any private interest
and I will not allow any private interest
to influence my conduct
to influence my conduct
in public matters.
in public matters.
I will abide by the statutes,
I will abide by the statutes,
bylaws, and policies
bylaws, and policies
that govern the city
that govern the city
and will promote openness,
and will promote openness,
accountability, and responsible leadership.
accountability, and responsible leadership.
And I will dedicate myself
And I will dedicate myself
at all times
at all times
to acting in the best interests
to acting in the best
of
interests
the residents of the city of Richmond.
to the residents of the city of Richmond. Of the residents.
Yes. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Before you go. Good evening, everyone. Madam Justice Newbury has performed the various oaths and done the official part of a number of the ceremonies over the years as we start our new terms. It's been very special. Now, I should tell you that Mary has been, I should say, Madam Justice of Appeal Newbury, has been an old friend of mine ever since we were in law school together. And so this time, she made it very clear that this would be it, that she is now going to retire pretty soon. So in honor of that, of course, we're going to talk her out of that for the next time, but besides that, I have two small tokens for you, Madam Justice. And because you say you are retiring, I can tell you they both say Richmond on them, just so you will remember. So it's been a real honor and a pleasure for you to officiate at our ceremonies, and I want to say thank you very much. So again, ladies and gentlemen, oops, my microphone's on. Thank you again for being with us tonight on this most important occasion, because as Richmond City Council enters into a new four-year term, I'd like to thank the people of Richmond for your confidence and trust in me as your mayor and in our new city council. Once again, our council consists of a mixture of newcomers and veterans. None of us underestimates the importance of the position. Each of us will ensure that Richmond remains a wonderful community in which to live, work, play, and invest. I want to take a moment to once again acknowledge the longstanding service of retiring councilors Linda McPhail and Harold Steeves. During their tenure, their insight into civic issues contributed greatly to the quality of our decisions. Our community owes them a large debt of gratitude for their integrity and their long service. A special welcome goes to our two new city councilors, Laura Galanders and Cash Heed. Their energy, their diverse backgrounds, and their knowledge will be great assets as we work together to provide strong, thoughtful, and caring leadership for our city. Now, looking ahead in the coming weeks, our new council will work together to develop a roadmap for the coming term and will set the future direction. Among others, our reflections tonight will include a focus on several key areas. Firstly, housing affordability. Secondly, community safety. Thirdly, infrastructure. Then we have bringing our community together, and finally, the official community plan. So the first of those items, housing affordability. Few issues have attracted more attention over the past term than housing affordability. Every city in the province is facing just this challenge. During the past term, Council implemented a variety of actions to support more housing options and enable more residents, including their families, to continue to call Richmond home. For instance, Council increased the minimum number and type of low-end market rental units in the city centre developments, as well as the requirements for provision of market rentals. Assisting those who have no home has become a growing challenge and a top priority, not just here in Richmond, but throughout the Lower Mainland. The previous council oversaw the opening of over 100 modular housing units for residents experiencing or at risk of losing their homes. In addition, a shelter at Horseshoe Way, an emergency response shelter at Minaroo, and a warming center were all aspects of the city's homelessness strategy. The provision of housing requires action by all levels of government in addition to other partners. Council will continue our push to bring even more affordable housing options to the city. Secondly, we go to community safety. Richmond remains one of the BC's safest communities with a relatively low crime rate, along with outstanding public safety services and facilities. During the past term, Council hired additional RCMP officers and firefighters. The City Centre Community Police Office opened while the Fox 80 Mental Health Vehicle Partnership Program between the city, the RCMP and Vancouver Coastal Health continued to actively respond to those in need. An additional aspect of safety, the city's ongoing commitment to flood protection proved invaluable as last year as the region endured a devastating atmospheric river. Our community, despite being situate on an island just a meter above sea level, was relatively unaffected due to our extensive dike and pump station network. Then we go to infrastructure. As one of Canada's most desirable cities, Richmond's rich cultural diversity, proximity to the Asia-Pacific market, and a wealth of accessible, well-managed parks, trails, and dikes provided an attractive location for more than 230,000 residents and over 14,000 businesses. With our residents already leading the country in longevity, Richmond was recently named BC's most active community. Council's long-term commitments to well-managed growth and investments in infrastructure have created a vibrant, dynamic community, in addition to support for the construction of world-class award-winning facilities. Completion of the Minoru Centre for Active Living, expansion of the Lulu Island District Energy Program, enhancements to our 49 kilometers of dikes, and the creation of new community parks are further examples of Council's recent commitment to building a strong, active, and engaged community. So in the coming term, we expect to see numerous infrastructure projects come to completion, such as the new Steveston Community Centre and the library, the Capstan Canada Line Station, the Capstan Community Centre, and the new Minoru Cultural Centre Annex for the Arts. Progress is also expected on projects such as the construction of the replacement Massey Crossing, along with the upgraded Steveston Highway 99 interchange, and further investment in environmentally friendly transportation options such as cycling and EV technology. Then let's look at bringing our community together. Richmond's rich cultural diversity and heritage are added elements that make our community unique and desirable. Unfortunately, with that multicultural mix comes challenges. The pandemic fostered increased amounts of negativity aimed towards those of various cultural backgrounds. When anti-Asian hate was particularly frequent, Council took a stand through a formal declaration against racism. We also supported various anti-racism initiatives such as RCMP's Hate Has No Place campaign. During its past term, Council supported inclusive Pride Week activities, including the creation of the city's first rainbow crosswalk on Minoru Boulevard near City Hall. We also introduced a comprehensive cultural harmony strategy, the first of its kind in the country. Going forward, this new council will work together to identify further policies and initiatives that serve to bring our community together while we build an environment of safety and inclusiveness. Our cultural harmony plan will form a large part of that strategy. And then we have the official community plan. As Richmond grows, Council needs to refresh the vision and goals to ensure that effective change takes place. One way to do that is through our official community plan. The OCP enables Council to plan, coordinate, and manage the city's sustainability, social, economic, and land use interests over the next 2 decades. It provides the roadmap to identify areas of future growth along with the appropriate land use, density, and architectural character. Residents, community groups, developers, and investors will then envision appropriate development proposals and make applications involving zoning, development, and servicing. The city will commence an update to the official community plan in the coming months, involving a process of analysis, engagement, and consultation. We want to ensure it reflects the current and future needs of our community. Everyone will be encouraged to participate in that process. So to conclude, I would like to thank everyone who participated in the democratic election process, whether as a candidate, staff, volunteer, or voter. The new City Council looks forward to the next 4 years as we work together to diligently fulfill our commitments. Much of the expected success in this term will be due to the support of our engaged community and partners, as well as the many generous volunteers who become involved in every city initiative. At the city, we are also fortunate to have an experienced team of professionals who are dedicated to preserving our high quality of life. They help to implement needed programs, services, and infrastructure for the benefit of our residents and businesses. We look forward to facing the challenges and opportunities in the coming term as we build a strong, sustainable future for our city. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. With that, we'll just give them a minute. We're going to go to the appointments, the various kinds of appointments, whether it's to standing committees, external committees, liaisons, and the like. So under number 7, I'm going to take A, B, and C together and calling for the nomination and subsequent confirmation by resolution of the first director on Metro Vancouver for 4 votes, the second director for 4 votes, and the third director for 3 votes. And the recommendation is that those positions would be filled by the mayor, the second director by Councillor McNulty, the third director by Councillor Au. May I have a motion? Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed? That is carried. Then we have the alternates to the first director, second director, third director would be Councillors Liu, Wolf, and Day. May I have a motion? Moved and seconded. Discussion, all those in favor, any opposed? That's carried. And for second alternate to the first director, second director, and third director would be Councillor Hobbs, Councillor Galanders, Councillor Heed. Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor, opposed, carried. That takes us over to the nomination to the board of ECOM, the Emergency Communications for Southwest British Columbia. And the recommendation is that that position would be filled starting January 1st by Councillor Heed. Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed? That is carried. Then we have appointments to external regional organization. The council alternate to TransLink, recommending Councillor Heed. May I have a motion? Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor, opposed, carried. The appointment of the council representative to the Richmond Olympic Oval Corporation, recommending Councillor Liu. Moved and seconded. Any discussion on that? All those in favor, any opposed? That's carried. And appointment of council representatives to the Steveston Harbor Authority until the next annual general meeting in 2023. The representative would be Councillor Day. The alternate would be Councillor Hobbs. May I have a motion? Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor, opposed, carried. And then I'm going to, okay, so then we have these standing committees. These are by appointment of the mayor. We have the Community Safety Committee would be chaired by Councillor Liu, vice chaired by Councillor Hobbs. Also joining them would be Councillor Galanders, Heed, and McNulty. The Finance Committee would be all of council acting as council of the whole, and General Purposes Committee similarly. For Parks, Recreation, and Cultural Services Committee, chaired by Councillor Au, vice chaired by Councillor Wolf, and joining them would be Councillor Galanders, Hobbs, and McNulty. Then we have the Planning Committee. That would be chaired by Councillor McNulty, vice chaired by Councillor Liu. Joining them would be Councillor Au, Day, and Hobbs. And finally, the Public Works and Transportation Committee, that would be chaired by Councillor Day, vice chaired by Councillor Wolf, Joining them would be Counselor Au, Heed, and Liu. Then we have the appointment of members of council and their alternates as liaison to city advisory committees and organizations. And so I'll just go through these and ask for a motion at the end. Advisory Committee on the Environment is Counselor Wolf. Child Care Development Advisory Committee is Counselor Day. Council School Board Liaison Committee is Counselor Hobbs and Liu. Economic Advisory Committee would be Counselor Au and Galanders. Food Security and Agricultural Advisory Committee would be Counselor Galanders. Heritage Commission would be Counselor Heed. Minnesota Center for Active Living Program Committee would be Counselor Au. The Richmond Center for Disability, Counselor Hobbs. And the Richmond Chamber of Commerce would be Counselor Liu. Richmond Community Services Advisory Committee, Counselor McNulty. Richmond Intercultural Advisory Committee, Counselor McNulty. Richmond Public Art Advisory Committee would be Counselor Heed. Richmond Sister City Advisory Committee would be Counselor Hobbs. Richmond Sports Council, Counselor McNulty. Richmond Sports Wall of Fame Nominating Committee, Counselor Hobbs. Seniors Advisory Committee, Counselor Day. Stevenson Historic Sites Building Committee would be Counselors McNulty and Liu. And finally, the Vancouver Coastal Health, Richmond Health Services Local Government Liaison Group would be Counselor Au. May I have a motion accordingly? Moved and seconded. Any discussion on that? Call the question. All those in favor? Any opposed? That is carried. Then we have the council liaison representatives to community associations. City Center would be Councillor Hobbs. East Richmond, Councillor Heed. Hamilton would be Councillor Wolf. Richmond Arenas Community Association, Councillor Heed. Richmond Art Gallery Association, Councillor Day. Richmond Fitness and Wellness, Councillor Day. Sea Island Community Association, Councillor Galanders. South Arm Community Association, Councillor McNulty. Thompson Community Association, Councillor Au, and West Richmond Community Association, Councillor Day. May I have a motion accordingly? Moved and seconded. Councillor Day.
Yeah, I just wanted to record my vote as no for the last list, not this list.
I'm sorry, you want to record?
A negative vote for the list prior to this one. I tried to push the button, but you went too quickly.
Okay, so, well, that will be duly recorded.
Thank you.
So on this one, so it's been moved and seconded. All those in favor? Any opposed? That is carried. And then we have council liaison representatives to city boards. We have the Aquatic Services Board, Councillor Liu, the Museum Society Board, Councillor Wolf, the Gateway Theatre Society Board, Councillor Galanders. Richmond Public Library Board would be Councillor Au with an alternate, Councillor Wolf. May I have a motion accordingly? Moved and seconded. All those in favor? Any opposed? That is carried. And then the appointments or the council liaison representatives to the various societies. Britannia Heritage Shipyard Society would be Councillor Hobbs. Gulf of Georgia Cannery would be Councillor Au. London Heritage Farm would be Councillor Hobbs. Minnesota Senior Society, Councillor Heed. Richmond Nature Park Society, Councillor Wolf. Stevenson Community Society, Councillor Liu. And Stevenson Historical Society would be Councillor Liu. May I have a motion accordingly? Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor, opposed, carried. And so the next item, the appointment of the Parcel Tax Roll Review Panel. Recommendation is that the members of the Public Works and Transportation Committee be appointed as the Parcel Tax Roll Review Panel for local area services until November 14th, 2023, and I would so move. Second. Any discussion on that? Okay, so all those in favor? Any opposed? That is carried. And then we have the appointments of the acting mayors until the first meeting next year. From now till December 15th, Councillor Wolf. December 16th to January 31st, Councillor Au. February 1st to March 15th, Councillor Day. March 16th to April 30th, Councillor Liu. May 1st to June 15th will be Councillor Hobbs. June 16th to July 31st will be Councillor Galanders. August 1st to September 15th would be Councillor McNulty, and September 16th to November 14th would be Councillor Heed. May I have a motion accordingly? Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed? That is carried. And someone move adjournment. Okay, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We are now adjourned.